Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the second lesson with the EMA. From where we last left off, I gave an example of bread at $2. This bread at $2 led us to the phenomenon of the base and also the quote, and what we call a pair. Since we deal with forex, we won't be dealing with bread and its exchange rate, if I may say. We will be dealing with currency pairs. When you trade foreign exchange, you deal with currencies. Or currency pairs. We have the popular example, which is Euro USD. This is a currency pair. Just like the bread analogy, it shows you how much USD you will get for 1 euro. Let's say it's 1:1.4609. We are actually giving a quote in USD for euro. Remember, we said the quote is price, so it shows that for 1 euro, what you will get is this number of USD. If you sell 1 euro, you are automatically gaining or buying this number of USD. If you buy 1 euro, you are automatically selling this one. Remember, we said when you buy one, you automatically sell the other. When you sell one, you automatically buy the other. So this is how this whole thing works. So remember, this is the quotation. The quote is a quotation for the base. And you always have to remember, like I said, the base is the one which controls the overall direction of the entire pair. So let me do this. Let's say Euro is our base, right? So when euro is weak, that means you sell euro because euro is weak. We sell when a currency is weak. Then when it shows strength, we buy. I'm still going to come to the concept whereby they tell you to buy low and sell high. Right now, we're still dealing with this currency pair as it is. We haven't gone to the charts yet. We are still dealing with this currency pairs as it is. If you see weakness in euro, you will sell euro, but then you will come to this pair and find that euro is a base. And remember, what happens to the base affects, if I may say, it affects the entire currency pair. So when euro is said to be weak, and when we sell euro, and remember, we might sell for different reasons. It might be weak for different reasons before we actually come to the selling. Euro might be weak because its economy is weak, or it might be weak because USD is strong. So when one is strong, it automatically makes the other weak. So when USD is stronger than euro, regardless of euro being stronger than the GBP, than the JPY, than the AUD, than the ANZD, than the CAD. As long as USD is stronger than euro, that makes euro automatically weak. So I was still talking about selling the euro. For some reason, let's come to the conclusion that the euro is weak, so we have to sell the euro. So in this particular pair, I'm talking about euro. Euro is a base. And remember, the base affects the entire currency pair. So let's go back. So since euro is a base in this pair, that means when you sell, you are going to sell the entire pair. Yes, you are automatically buying USD, but you sell the entire pair. The entire pair will go down because of euro. Euro is a reflection of the entire pair. You're still going to come to it. But then right now, what you must know is that when you sell or buy the base, the entire pair is affected. It's either you sell the pair as a whole or you buy the pair as a whole. The pair moves as a whole, but then its movement is influenced by the base. I hope you're following me. So if for a particular reason you decide to buy the euro, means that you'll buy the entire pair. I hope I'm making sense. So this was an example of a base being weak or strong. Right now, I was highlighting that the base sort of gives direction of the entire pair. Like the base controls the main movement of the entire pair. Yes, we might have an influence from the code, but then the direction of the base is the direction of the entire currency pair. So in this case, euro was the base, and if it's weak, we sell the entire currency pair. If it's strong, we buy the entire currency pair. So let me use another example, because when you start trading, you're going to see all sorts of currency pairs. But then it's not usual that you find that euro is a code. Euro is a base in most cases. So let me try to find an example whereby you find that we have a currency which serves as a base in one scenario and also serves as a code in the other. So okay, let me use USD. Remember your currency. Remember your currencies from the last video. I gave you an example. Okay, let me just refresh your memory. We have euro, GBP, CAD, JPY, USD, NZD, AUD, CHF. There are also other currencies out there, but then this is the usual ones you'll find people trading. Remember, forex trading involves the trading of currencies. There's commodity trading, trading of indices. You can trade a lot of things online, but then forex deals with currencies. Forex deals with currencies. So there's a few of the currencies you'll find on the market. So let me just pair. Remember, as an individual, they are currencies. These are currencies. But the moment you have a base and a code, or you code one currency with another, they make a currency pair. Right now they're still alone, so they are individual currencies. So what you will see me doing is actually pairing them, hence the term currency pair. So let me just select any two currencies from here and make a currency pair. Okay, I'll just take USD and let me take let me take CAD or CAD. Then I'll also take USD. Remember, I want to give an example whereby we have a currency which will be a base in the first scenario, then in the second scenario will be a code. So it can be euro. Let me take USD and CAD, USD and euro. So we gave the first example, which was euro USD, whereby USD in this case is a code. So if it's stronger than the euro, that means the euro is weak, and since euro is a base, we sell the currency pair. So there will come a time whereby you find that USD is a base. It's USD CAD. Let me just start afresh. Let's take this scenario. USD CAD. So remember, in the last scenario, USD was a code. So even though it was strong, we sold. Note this. It was strong, but we sold the pair because it was a code. When a code is strong, we sell the pair. But then when a base is strong, we buy the pair. Let me show you now. We have USD CAD, USD and CAD. So when USD was strong in the last scenario, we sold Euro USD. But then in this scenario, if USD is strong, we are going to buy USD CAD. We are going to buy the entire pair. Hope I'm making sense. Because USD is the base. USD is the base, so it influences, like its movement is the movement of the entire pair. If it goes down, the entire pair goes down, and if it goes up, the entire pair goes up. Simple. So that was the effect of a base in a code and its strength on the overall movement of a pair. Now we will get into price. Now we get into price. So these currency pairs, remember, we sell or buy them. That means there will be something called a price. In Forex, you will usually find the price to be, I'm still going to come to brokers, the bid, the ask, the spread, leverage. Right now we're dealing with the price. Okay, in forex you will find that the price of a currency pair, the price of a currency pair is quoted to 5 decimal places after the decimal point, comma, or it's quoted to 4 decimal places after the comma. This is for pairs which don't have JPY in them. This is for non-JPY pairs. This is how you find their price. You'll find that it's quoted to either 5 or 4. So this is for non-JPY pairs. Then for JPY pairs, you'll find that it's either 3 decimal places after the point, or it's only 2, depending on the broke. So let's go to non-JPY pairs. We'll be dealing with the price of non-JPY pairs. And remember, the price is given to a currency pair. That's the price of the base. That's the quotation price of a base. So the price for the entire currency pair is actually the price you get for the base. Remember this, because we're going to need it when we go to bid and the ask. So where was I? Okay, we're talking about the price for non-JPY pairs. I'll mostly be sticking to the price for non-JPY pairs. But then know that what happens here also happens to the price for pairs with JPY in them. Right now I just want you to get the idea. Of what price is and how it's calculated. So we had this number. Oh, sorry. And you also had this number. If you can spot the difference, this has an extra number and this has nothing here. So the other one has 5 numbers after the point, and the one below has 4 numbers after the point. This brings us to I could say term, or not term per se, to the idea of what we call pips. Price in point, or percentage in points. That's what a pip stands for. Price in points or percentage in points. So I will start with a pip and also point. Let me do it like this. Pip is point. It's very important that you get this information right there. It's very important. Sorry for that. That you get this information. If you are lost, you can try by any means to make sure you are found, or or you can also ask if it's hard. Remember, we don't just ask because the mentor is there. You have to try things for yourself. Try very hard. Then if you're failing, that's where you can go for assistance. So, okay, we're back to pips and points. Because on the market you will be seeing these terms very often, especially this one, point. But then when we talk, we'll talk in pips. So what you should know is that 1 pip is 10 points. A 100 pips is okay, I skip 10. 10 pips is 100 points. 100 pips is 1,000 points. So what you can get from here is that points, we usually refer to them as pipettes. Sorry for that. Points are known as pipettes, and they are equivalent to the number of pips multiplied by 10. Meaning that let me repeat this. Points are pips multiplied by 10. You can see from the table which I drew seconds ago that points are equal to pips times 10. That means if you have 10 points, that will be 1 pip multiplied by 10. This entire thing will give you this. Hope I'm making sense. Which will mean that pips are equivalent to point divided by 10. As you've also noted, 1 pip is equal to 10 points by 10. This gives you this. I hope we are still together. Remember, pips and points are price. Price is calculated in pips and points. So, what you will find here, let's go back to that price. 6, 7, 8. This price is in points. Sorry for that horrible handwriting. It's in points. And this price is in pips. Because of what? The 4 numbers after the decimal point. This one is in points because it has 5 numbers. I hope I'm making sense. So let's go back. Let me just give a further example. Pips and points. Said 1 pip is 10 points. 10 pips is 100. 100 pips. Remember, we just multiply 10 to move from here to here. 100 pips is 1,000 points, because you'll find that mentors tell you to add pips, some tell you to add points, but then in most brokers you will find that they deal with points. So it's very important that you know the conversion from pips to points, or from points back to pips. So this means that 1,000 pips will be 10,000. Remember, we're multiplying by 10 to move from here to here. Then we are dividing by 10 to move from here to here. I hope this makes sense. Let's get further examples, because this is very important, ladies and gentlemen. This is very important, guys. So let's please figure out the answers before you actually see them on the screen, so that it shows that you have an understanding. Let's say we have 2 pips, 3 pips. You can already figure out the points. So we have 35. Say we have 80. Let's say we have 128. So it's quite simple. All you do is just multiply. Remember, multiply by 10. Sorry for that. All you do is multiply by 10 to get the point. So 2 pips will be 20 points. 3 pips will be 30 points. 35 pips will be 350 points. 80 pips will be 800 points. 120 pips will be 1,200 points. So the person who says add 2 pips or do this and that using 2 pips is the same who's saying add 20 points, do this and that for 20 points. The person who's saying 3 pips is the same as the one who's saying 30 points. The one who's saying 35 pips is the one it's the same as the one who's saying 350 points. The one who's saying 80 is the same as the one who's saying 800 points, 80 pips. Remember, 80 pips, 800 points. You can't say 80 pips is equivalent to 80 points. It's impossible. It's impossible. So let's go from points to pips. Let's do this. I want you to know both of these things, because you find that there's someone who only knows points but can't figure out pips, or there's someone who only knows pips but can't figure out points. You have to know, it's crucial to know both of these words. So points, let's see, 1 point. Remember, right now we are dividing by 10 to get to this point. From points to pips, we are dividing by 10, and from pips to points, we'll be multiplying by 10. So 1 point will be equal, remember we divide by 10, will be equal to 0.1 pips. Then 10, this is maths, basic math, 10 points will be equal to 1 pip. 100 points will be equal to 10 pips. I hope we are very much together so far. And remember, points can be known as pipettes. Points can be known as pipettes. Let's further let's make further examples. We have points in here. We have pips in here. So let me just say 2. You can do like the first example whereby you figure out pips. Say 2, say 7, say 46. This time go with 721. It's just I'm selecting random numbers here. Selecting random numbers. Let's say 1024. So for pips, remember, from points to pips, we divide by 10. So 2 points divide by 10, it will give you 0.2 pips. 7, 0.7. Then 46, it's 4.6. Then 721, it's 72.1. Then 1024, that's 102.4. So I hope you get the whole thing. So that's pips and points, or that's pips and pipettes. We've just gone through the value or magnitude of points and pips, of pips and points, whichever way you put it, it's fine. So you already know when given a price that this price is either in points or pips. I hope you can spot the difference. This one is in points. Remember, it's 5 numbers. This one is in pips because of these 4 numbers. Please don't cram, guys. Please don't cram. This one is in pips. This one is in points. I hope you can make the conversion. So we will now go to pips. But then there's going to be some confusion for others, because let's say we have a price because there comes something called a spread into play, the bid and the ask. So you might find that because we have these things, you have this price and this price, usually we will add a 0 here, because you know that 0 has no weight in addition or subtraction. So adding a 0 or not adding anything, it's the same, you see. But then in this case there's a 5. You might ask, why did he add a 0 there, and why is it a 5 in the bottom? You'll see the importance of this when we get to the bid then in the meantime, you have to know these things. Let me use that example. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have a price. We're given it in it's in pips. It's in pips. So let's say you are asked to add 10 pips. Let's say you are asked to add 10 pips. What you will do is add 0.010. It will give you something like this. 2, 4, 4. This is 10 pips, guys. This is 10 pips. So if you're asked to add 1 pip, then that means this will be a 0, then this will be a 1. So okay, let me start like this. This is 1 pip. I hope I'm making sense. Then this 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. That's 1 point. Can you see the difference? Can you see the difference? So can you actually relate it to the different prices which I gave you? Let's further go to this is 2 pips, and this is 2 points. This is 4 pips. These are 4 points. Okay, the zeros are overlapping. So let's step things up a notch. Let's see. Those are 15 pips, and those are 15 points. Do this in a table format. Pips, points. We have let's see. These are 345 pips. These are 345 points. I hope now you get the entire concept of pips and points. So if we are given a price like this, and we are asked to add 200 pips, and someone asks you to add 20 points, there'll be 2 completely different things. 200 pips and 20 points are not the same thing. But then 20 pips and 200 points are the same thing. So if someone comes to you and says, add 20 pips to this price, what you'll simply do. But then you have to be fast, because the market, there are some markets which are very volatile. It's fast movement, and then there are some technicals or fundamentals. Fundamentals move fast. When we tell you to set your, it's not in this lesson, but then we'll have stop loss and take profit. When we tell you to set those things, you won't have time to go to your whatever thing you use for notes, then say 20 pips, you have to write the price down. No. If you find yourself doing that, don't trade, or go to demo. Practice to be fast and practice to be accurate. You don't have to mess up with these. You don't have to mess up these numbers, because you are going to have a real problem. Guys, we deal with money here, real money. Those who are on live know we deal with real money. Small mistakes can cause you a large a loss, and sometimes it's a profit. You know, there are mistakes which actually lead to good things, but then in most cases, a loss of more money than you can ever imagine. So please, like I said, if you find yourself still being slow, practice until it's all in your mind. You don't have to go and do what I'm doing right now. This is for when you're still a beginner or a newbie. I was adding 20 peeps right before I forget. This is what you do. This is what you use for practice. You don't do this on live. Or if maybe you're doing it on live, you have to do it on technicals which are not that very volatile. No, but then in fundamentals, don't do this. Don't, please. Unless if maybe you're given a signal 10 minutes or one day before the event, then I don't know, you can do whatever suits you, but then okay, that's enough. We will get 5 here, 6, 3, 2, 1. This is the price. I hope you can see something. If we add a 0 here, that's 200 points. That's 20 pips. You can also add a 0 there. You can also add a 0 there. You see, there's literally no effect. So let's go to a division. Okay, let me start by this. When you are given a price like and we say add, let's say add 20 pips, what you should know is that the price will be like this. Price, you don't have, if you see yourself starting to put a plus, then going to add 0. Don't go into fundamentals unless if it's a demo, because you'll find the move far from where you left it. This is what you have to know. We've added 20 pips to that price. If it was points, that means it would be 200 points, but then as you can see, that 0 has no effect. So I hope we are still on the same page. So now let's go to the subtraction. Let's see, you are given, okay, fine, let me give you a price in points. I know it's pips, but then in points, the price is given in points. Let's do an example for a price given in points. 2, 3, 4, because you are not limited. You're not limited. You see, it's in points, but then that doesn't mean that everything you do here you have to do in points. The addition or subtraction you have to do in points. You can still do it in pips, although it's favorable or recommended to do in points so that you can understand. But then once you grab this whole concept, you can do it in pips, because if I tell you to add that 20 pips, you are still going to do the same thing. 0, 0, 2, 0. Just that your price is forced to be in points, even if you added pips. Remember, the original price is in points. The original price is in points. So the answer has to be in point. So what you will get here is 0, 5, 6, 3, 2, 1. The answer has to be in points, although you added pips. So that's why we say it's recommended to add points, because remember, 20 pips is 200 points, so that you can get a better understanding. But then once you've mastered this whole thing, then you can simply add the pips as they are, but then get the price in the form of points. So okay, this video is getting long. Let's just wrap things up. Now we will be subtracting. If we subtract, we can do the same thing. Oh, and you can also get the price in pips and also add or subtracting points. Say 20. So this is what you'll get. 5, 2, 3, 2, 1. What we just did is we just subtracted 20 pips or 200 points, because remember, 0 has no effect. So yes, okay, let's do it in points. 5, 0, subtract. Let's still, if you subtract 20 pips, there's no difference actually, except for that 0. Some people understand better when that 0 is there. But then, just that right now, your price will have to be in points. Have 0, 5, 2, 3, 2. I hope you got the whole concept of how this is. Give yourself examples and also read on our PDFs. They are there for a reason. Also, if you're using another source, you can use it so that you can practice this whole thing. Yeah, that's where we'll end for today. Yeah, I think that's enough for the day.